If you're in the market for a 3-row electric SUV, there aren't too many out on the market. But this one, well, this is the one that actually makes the most sense, as it is quite economical. Hello, my name is Jimmy, and welcome to the 2024 Kia EV9. I've already reviewed the EV9 with every single package that you can stack on it. But this is a little different. This is only, well, $5,000 more than the base. What that basically means is you get the 99.8 kilowatt hour battery, dual motors, 280 miles of range, or about 451 kilometers. But of course, as you know, EV range can vary. Right now I'm at 87% charge and it's showing me 493 kilometers. But like I said, this is the one that makes the most sense. And because it's actually decently affordable, well, for a 3-row SUV, you would think it's quite compromised, either quite small or there must be something about it that just isn't the best. However, you'll be surprised to know this is a very well-rounded package. I mean, inside here, on the front seats, heated, cooled seats, even on the base model here in Canada. They're very comfortable, they're very supportive, and what's in front of me is a rather weird-looking steering wheel as it's not fully rounded, but the square shape actually helps me see, well, the gauges behind just a little bit better. Although the climate screen, this little 5-inch screen, I do kind of have to duck my head a little bit to see it. Although you don't really need it because you do have a bunch of dedicated buttons in the center. And if you really want, you can show the climate control in the center infotainment display. Sadly, this being, well, kind of a base or lower trim, I don't get a heads-up display. I like the heads-up display just so that it's easier to see this. But you know what? The digital speedo that I have here, it's good enough. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's a good sorted interior. I don't feel like I'm in a base model. I mean, I was in the Prologue last week, and the Prologue was $5,000 more than this, and it felt worse. The plastics in here, while certainly there are plastics, and you can feel it, they just don't feel cheap. They feel like, well, at least of higher quality. And this headliner is nice and soft. It's just, well, it just feels like Kia put in a little bit of money here. As for the second row, it's plenty comfortable. Headroom, legroom, it's not a problem. Because this isn't the higher trim, well, you get a bench seat in here, which I absolutely love because you're able to fit more. It's just, well, more family friendly. I am a child passenger safety technician, so I do want to show you exactly how child seats fit. In here, I have a Click Foof on the passenger side, Click Flow in the center, as well as a Click Ling on the driver's side. So if you're fitting 3 across at different age range, you shouldn't have any issues. And of course, that also depends if your seats are narrow enough, but you can definitely fit 3 child seats across in here. While the third row is spacious enough for an adult like myself at 5'11", it's not enough room for a rearward-facing seat, so you can't put one of those in here, but a forward-facing seat or a booster like this Click Uber should fit with no issues. So depending on, of course, their age, you can technically have 5 kiddos in here, which is definitely more than your standard electric vehicle that you can get from General Motors or Honda at this moment. And vents in the ceiling, it just makes sense. It's a very well-designed interior. Let's go for a quick drive though, because the EV9, it does one thing really well, and it's comfort. It's superbly soft. The suspension soaks up so much. However, for some, it might be too soft because the rear end especially, well, it just feels a little jiggly. Depending on how you drive it and the roads that you drive on, this might be just a little bit too soft for you. It could be a little bit better if it had bigger wheels and tires, but well, with the 19s that's on here, yeah, it's definitely not the best. I did drive the top trim with the 21s, and honestly, that didn't really make it much better. I feel like they have the suspension just a little too soft. This is, well, very comfortable for those everyday drives, but I feel like some people are going to get car sick in here. It's just too floaty. I mean, the EV9, it really is a good vehicle. There's lots of love in here. It's well priced, it's well optioned, and it has a decent warranty as well. There's really nothing, well, to hate about it. And that's the best thing about the EV9. It's just, well, it does everything so well. Like I said, the only real problem I have with it is just the driving dynamics. I like something that's a little bit more firm, like a Mazda or a BMW. If you don't mind that, if you don't mind something a little bit more floaty, this might be your next vehicle of choice. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below though. Do you like something more floaty like this? Or do you want something, well, at least a little bit more taut? Let me know in the comment section and I'll catch you next time. Take care.